Losing the ability to get up from the floor isn't just normal aging. It's a serious warning sign of physical decline. But thankfully, in my work as an over-50s specialist physio, I've helped hundreds of patients to regain the ability to get up and down from the floor with simple strengthening and mobility exercises that anyone can do. In today's video, I'm going to reveal something called the 3-2-1 method, which helps people regain the ability to get up from the floor. And best of all, anyone can work on it, no matter how difficult it feels right now, even if you've had a knee replacement and even if you can't kneel. So first, I'm going to tell you about the 3 reasons most people can't get up from the floor. Then I'm going to give you the 3-2-1 method, including some easy exercises to add to your routine. There are generally 3 reasons for people not being able to get up from the floor. The first is a lack of knee, hip, and ankle mobility. One of my patients told me a scary story the other day. She was out in her garden pulling up some weeds. She sat on the ground to do this, and when she was done, she tried to get back up, but she couldn't. Her knees were too stiff to bend underneath her, and in the end, she had to crawl back to the bottom of the garden where she'd left her phone and call her neighbor to come and help. Now, if you've ever worried about this kind of situation, don't be concerned because I've got the fix for you later in the video. The second problem that stops you from getting up is a lack of knee and hip strength. Now, I had another patient who told me about her embarrassment when she found her legs weren't strong enough to get up off the mat after a yoga class. She had plenty of flexibility, but she lacked the strength for that big push to get back onto her feet. And this is something I hear all the time, but strength can be regained no matter your age, and I'll show you how in just a moment. And then the third reason people can't get up from the floor is because of joint replacements or not being able to kneel. And people with knee replacements in particular are told they can't kneel, which means they need a new technique to get up from the floor. And if you don't know what technique to use, you can lose the ability to get up from the floor altogether. Again, today, I'm going to show you the solution. So now I'm going to show you my simple exercise routine based on something called my 3-2-1 method that you can do 3 times a week that will help you develop the ability to get up off the floor, regardless of which of the 3 reasons is holding you back. And at the end of the video, I'll show you a technique for getting up off the floor if you can't kneel. Before I show you this stuff, I just need to make you aware it's not suitable for everyone, and please avoid it if it causes you any pain. So first things first, in the 3-2-1 method, we've got number 3. And the reason this is 3 is because we've got 3 joints we need to mobilize if we want to be able to get up safely. Okay, you've got your hips, you've got your knees, and you've got your ankles. And if you lack mobility in any of those 3 joints, you're not going to be able to get up from the floor. But thankfully, there's an exercise you can use at home which will help you improve the mobility of all 3 at the same time. Let me show you how it works. You just need your bed to lie on here. So this is super easy setup. You don't need any kit. You're going to lie on your back like this. We're going to work one leg at a time. So the first thing we're going to work on is your hip mobility. So what we need for getting up from the floor is hip flexion, which is this movement here. So the first thing we're going to do is bring your knee up to your chest as far as you can and just hold that contraction for a second. Then you're going to put your leg back down like this. The second thing we're going to do is your knee. And obviously to get up from the floor, you need to get your knee underneath you. So this time we're going to bend your knee as far as it goes by sliding your heel up towards your bottom, then put the foot back down. And then finally, you need ankle dorsiflexion, which is this movement here. So you're going to pull your toes up towards you as high as you can, hold for a second and relax. Simple as that. That's your 3 joints moving really nicely, and you're going to do that 10 times for each movement. So again, we're going to go up like this for the hip, then back down, then we're going to go up like this for the knee and back down, and then up like this for the ankle and back down. Repeat that 10 times in a row. If you can do that morning and night, it's going to make a massive difference. And that's the first part of the 3-2-1 method. But if you're enjoying this video so far and you want some more help in improving your strength and mobility, why not take our Stronger for Life roadmap? Essentially, it's a 10-question quiz that you fill out, and based on your answers, we will send you a document and a video containing all of the best exercises for people at your level of strength and mobility. It's 100% free, and you can sign up for it in the description box below this video. The 2 in the 3-2-1 method is all about your strength. And it's called 2 because to be able to get up from the floor, we need to strengthen 2 muscle groups in particular. Your quads, which are the muscles at the front of the thigh, and your glutes, which are the muscles at the back of the hip. Now, if we want to do this efficiently, we can strengthen both of those muscle groups with one carefully selected exercise. So I'm going to show you the one I recommend, but I've got 3 variations. So if this is too easy for you, look at number 2, and if that's too easy, look at number 3. Here's what we're going to do. So this is called the mini reverse lunge. This is the beginner variation. So for this, you're going to get a chair that you can hold on to the back of like this, put 2 hands on, and then you're just going to step back, dip down, almost like a curtsy, and then swap. And you're going to just alternate like this. So stepping back and then stepping forward. And you're going to go from right to left, and I recommend doing at least 10 on each leg if this is you just getting started, and by the end of it you should feel a bit of a working ache in your quads and your glutes. But if that was too easy for you, you can try variation number 2, which is a full reverse lunge. So for this one, you can have the chair there, but we're not going to hold it, and we're going to step right back into a reverse lunge and then come back and down with the other side. Now remember, the knee is not touching the floor. We're stepping back, going down, but stopping before the knee touches the floor like that. And again, 10 on each side works really, really well. But if that's too easy for you and you still want to build strength, you need to find something to hold on to. Now you've got 2 options here: dumbbells or some bags filled up with something heavy, or you can wear a rucksack filled up with some books if you prefer. So I'm going to use these dumbbells. So again, same exercise, hold them like this, step back and down, and then swap. And again, we're going to try and do 10 on each side to build strength. And as I said before, 3 times per week is enough to make a difference. Do 3 sets in a row, 10 on each leg, and then we can move on to the 1 in our 3-2-1 method. Now, the 1 in our 3-2-1 method is so called because you only need 1 technique that works for you if you can't get up from the floor the normal way. So this is what I'm going to teach you, a technique that works for people who've had knee replacements, hip replacements, or people who just can't kneel. And I know that's many of the people watching this channel. So here is the best technique I've got for you to help you get up from the floor if you can't kneel. And rather than doing this as an exercise, it makes sense to just practice it a few times so you know it off by heart, so you can use it if you need to. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to imagine that you're on the floor, all right? Let's say either you've slipped, you've fallen, you haven't hurt yourself so you can get up, or you've been down doing some gardening, you've been putting weeds, and you realize, gosh, I can't get up the normal way. This is what you're going to do. So the first thing you need to do is get to a sitting position. So let's say you've landed on your side. The first thing you need to do is turn so you can sit like this. So you want to be sitting on your bottom. You can use your hands to help you. So get to that sitting position. Second thing we're going to do, take your better leg. So if you've got a bad left knee, take your right knee and just put it over the top like this. Okay, we don't need to bend it very far. We're just going to go from here to here. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, take this hand over the top like this and put it on the floor. So we need a bit of rotation to do that. You can allow your legs to come over with you, and then with this foot you're going to dig those toes into the floor and pivot like this, so you're up on your hands and your feet. When you're in this position, you're then going to walk your hands and your feet together until you can stand. Okay? Now, it looks pretty tricky, but when you put it all together, it actually feels quite easy for people, for many people. Even if you don't have that much strength, you can use many different muscle groups and many different joints to allow you to do that movement. I'm going to show you one more time. So you're in a sitting position, you take your good foot over the other one like this, you dig those toes in, and then put both hands down, swing around. So you're up like a sprinter. So we can also call this the sprinter technique, and then walk your hands and your feet together and come back up. Now, what I will say to you is, if this is tricky, the ideal for you would be to use a chair to get back up. But I wanted to show you this technique because if you don't have anything around, you need to know how to get up without using a chair. However, if you do have a chair, it would be the better way to get up. So I have another video on the channel right now to show you many different techniques to help you get up from the floor. It's on the screen now, so click on it if you're interested, and I'll see you again next time.